But which song would be on this? I'm having a hard time like thinking that one out.
Maybe the middle part of Bloodhound, you know, the
yeah,
something like that. When you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hallo, liebe Metal.de-Gemeinde. Wir sind hier heute beim Summer Breeze mit Niklas und Richard von Orbit Culture, die übrigens nächstes Jahr hier wieder spielen werden. Aber erstmal bringen sie ein neues Album raus und darüber reden wir jetzt ein bisschen. So, thank you so much for taking the time. You're about to release your album on October 3rd, and now I have to peek. The first time that you are releasing with Central Media. So that's a kind of a big step up for you. And you said about the album that it's a big change for the better and it feels like a rebirth, kind of. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think just as you said, like the first record on Central Media now, it just feels like a new chapter. Everything has changed, you know, behind the scenes also. We wanted to cut ties with, you know, certain people, and long process of like what's our next step. And with Death Above Life now, it just feels, because like it was not meant to be like a concept album, but it like kind of ended up being that anyway, because it's a lot of like both aggression, you know, revenge, but also some kind of sort of forgiveness in there, and that's why it feels like a complete, you know, rebirth for us.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like you're saying, is like cutting ties with some people, getting new people in, and we're super excited because we never like we're talking about. It's the first album with the Central Media, and we're super stoked about it to see what they go for. So far, they really showed us like it's really good. So we're super stoked about the new release, and I hope it's gonna turn out well. And I have a really good spirit about it. I'm super stoked.
So you've always been a lot about do-it-yourself and done a lot of stuff. So that's, I guess, that must be changing now that you're getting bigger. So what's that like? How do you feel about it? And what's, you know, the perks, or maybe maybe you're missing something that you used to do by yourself? I don't know.
Like, yeah, as I said, we have basically, I mean, we've been a band now for over 10 years. We have always done everything ourselves, you know, everything from the recording, writing, doing the videos on our own. But with Century, that's like the number one reason why we actually signed with them, because they were promising us that they were never gonna touch, you know, any of the writing stuff or stuff like that. And but
also they really showed that they wanted us.
Yeah,
that's super important. They were like chasing us in kind of way, and
it's a brilliant way. Yeah. I mean, because we are, you know, with this business you get trust issues pretty fast. Because people can turn, you know, the back on you right away. But with Century, it always felt like a family thing. But I think when we started to work on this record together, we were so used to doing so much ourselves, but I think we had to learn during this process to let go of some things that, you know, build a new trust, that there are actually people here that want to help you and not fuck you over, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mutual like kind of agreement that you go into. It's not only what we're doing; it's also what they're doing. And yeah, like you said, I think everything fits together really well. And the people we have at Central Media feels fucking great. All those guys feel super helpful, and yeah, we're super stoked.
So, a little bit about the music. You probably know these reels that people have been making of like 80s aerobic videos with your music, and like whenever I hear a tasty riff. So what do you think for the new album? What's the song that is probably going to be used for that?
I mean, to be fair, it was our dear friend Ben who made all of those to begin with. Yeah, he had like
His page was bigger than ours on Instagram.
Yeah.
His Instagram page, Orbit Culture Fans, was way bigger than ours.
Yeah, and
What happened to the page?
I think it got deleted for some reason. It's not us, but I mean, I don't know, Instagram meta rules. I don't know what happened, but Ben was bummed out about it, obviously, because he loved that page so much. But it was, you know, our close friend Ben who did all those memes and stuff that got viral, and you know, and it was great.
I mean, he was more famous than the band itself, so I mean,
exactly, yeah. He promoted the shit out of it by doing memes, yeah. So it was great.
But which song would be on this? I'm having a hard time like thinking that one out.
Maybe the middle part of Bloodhound, you know, the
Yeah,
something like that. When you're like, oh,
yeah.
yeah.
When it sounds like your asshole is giving up.
Pretty much, yeah. That's about it.
Little excursion to the lyrics. Those range from like kind of abstract, you know, metaphorical, to some that sound very, you know, concrete and personal. So what are some influences that you can talk about that went into this album?
Like what we can talk about, or sorry.
Like what you feel comfortable talking about, because, you know, if it's very personal, I don't know, but it's a very like broad range of lyrics that some sound very like this is abstract and this is like metaphorical, and it's like could be anything, and then some that sound very concrete, like personal thing that went into that.
Okay, I'm very like this album, which has so much like angriness. It's almost like relentless in that way, and we have always used like metaphors to, you know, make a vision of what we are feeling. But on some songs, as you said, like it's more straightforward, and we have, you know, always, you know, tried to stray away from using curse words or, you know, shit like that. But
until this day. Until the 3rd of October.
Yeah. I think we just we were okay with, you know, if that's the expression and that's the lyric, that's okay. I mean, because I mean, we have always wanted to try to expand how we want to like put out our message or whatever. It's not really a message, it's just like a diary of how we feel, and sometimes the word fuck is very suitable for the situation. That's why we were like,
the word fuck means everything. I mean, it's a perfect word.
So I think that's because it's also a very hard album to talk about, because it's so much fucking, you know, emotion in the lyrics, more so than ever, I think. You know, but it's much. So
in some way, but also like we always had like lyrics that's very emotional, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like the most precious thing, I would say. Like fans is actually coming up to us and be like, your fucking lyrics or your music fucking helps me, and that's probably the most amazing part about it. And that's what I'm saying, like, yeah, this new album is probably more like hateful, I would say, emotion wise. The other albums has been more like deep emotion wise, I would say. This is
it's more like the surface of a longer depression, which sounds depressing. But
are depressed.
I mean, we have the song Bloodhound, which is like this fucking angry song. Then we have the song Path I Walk that we have, you know, we wrote that song many years ago now, and it's about suicide, which is a very tough topic to even, you know, touch. But when because Richard's father passed away with that, and we were, you know, it was a big respect thing to do that to Richard, like, and we were talking about it to how do we write this in a song that's not like, because writing about suicide is difficult because we don't want people to be suicidal.
Yeah.
There's a glimpse of hope in there.
Yeah. Also, I would say it's like hard kind of like thing to talk about because it's like we don't know how they feel.
No.
When people are coming that long that like they're even thinking about taking their own life, it's like you can only like guess, talk about it or whatever. But I'm super proud of that song, and it's a great fucking song. I'm super stoked to see what people is gonna think about it. So.
Kind of difficult to now make a transition from this topic, but you are playing Summer Breeze next year, which we're all looking forward to, but also you're doing your Headline European tour this fall, just after the album comes out from October, with a special guest, Gaerea. So, yeah, and the tickets are selling pretty fast, I think, so that's also a public service announcement for, the viewers. So what do you have in store for us? What should we look forward to?
I must say, it's not only Gaerea, it's also Atlas who's opening every night, and this tour is really special for us because it's a dream package for us because we were actually able to handpick the bands. That's the first time not the first time. We loved the bands that we had on the last headline with both Defects and Bite Down and all that. So all respect to those bands, but this was like our first like big one that we can have the same band on the whole run, same bands on the whole run. So Atlas opening is super cool because they're also gonna be fucking big. They're getting there, and they have this.
They have the it factor.
Yeah, emotional, deep sound, and it's a blend of like him meets I don't even know. Like, yeah, it's so fucking good. And Gaerea for me, it's like super special because these guys are one of my favorite bands. I was fucking hyping out yesterday when they had their secret show, all dressed in whites, and we got their their upcoming album. I got to hear some parts of it yesterday, and it was so fucking good. So. And for our stuff, it's gonna be dark. Yeah. Of course, we have a lot of new material. Also, some old songs that I'm not think people will like.
Yeah, some like very deep cuts. From albums from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring in.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about bringing in can I even say? Yeah. We're bringing back I the Wolf to the fucking set. I'm so stoked about that. It's a cool ass track, and we used to play it back in the days, and now it's actually getting back in the set list. We haven't played it for so long, so that's really cool.
Production is gonna look really cool.
Yeah, we have a big thing coming. So I hope people. I think they're in for a treat, and I hope people go away after the show and thinking like this package was so sick, because I'm so stoked there is not like 3 bands that sounds the same. We have 3 different like metal genres in there, and all 3 bands are kind of mysterious and dark and that whole vibe. So I think it will be fucking awesome.
I think the only problem we will have is going up after those 2 bands.
That will be a nervous one.
Me, right?
Yeah, I got my ticket. So, yeah, everyone else should get on that, I think. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For taking the time, and see you all later this year.
Absolutely. Thank you.